Hi, I'm Darian Wigfall. I'm the Director of Operations for FarFetched, and today we're sitting here with Mike Labozetta of Federal Law. This is our edition of Ask an Attorney. Today we're going to get into 3 C's of music business, contracting, corporate forms, and copyright law.
As Darian said, my name is Mike Labozetta. I'm an attorney working in St. Louis. I'm a firm Federal Law. Federal means lighthouse in Italian, so I try to help guide small businesses and entrepreneurs and artists through the legal waters and help them match their legal strategy to their business strategy. So Darian's been nice enough to invite me to do these presentations, and so here I am.
Now we're going to get into the top 5 things that you should know about copyright law. So Mike, what is your number one thing to know about copyright?
So the number one thing to know is what it covers.
Okay.
What does a copyright cover? It covers original works of authorship that are fixed in a tangible medium. Authorship can mean books, it can mean songs, it can mean software code, and then fixed in a tangible medium just means it's written down, it's typed. If the code, it's in like the coding language.
One time somebody told me that the poor man's copyright is to write a song and mail it to yourself. Does that actually work?
Yes and no. The short answer is no, it does not work.
Okay.
Because what you're trying to do there is fix that date, right? The theory is that by mailing it to yourself, the USPS has stamped it. There is no court in the country that will uphold that because you can fake that. Right? Courts do not enforce it as a way of proving that the creation date.
What is your number 2 thing?
Number 2 is what rights you have under copyright. Essentially, it allows you to control who can do what with your creation. Who can copy your book? Who can reprint your book? Who can sell your book? How can they sell it? For a music producer, who can sample your music? Who can make CDs? Who can make MP3 files of it? Things like that. So broadly, it allows you to control how your work is distributed to the rest of the world.
Okay, great. That's very powerful knowledge there. Okay, so let's get into number 3. What's your number 3 thing?
So what is not copyrightable? So as we said, things that are not fixed in a tangible medium. So you can't copyright ideas. Idea for the best song in the world. Fine, write it down. Right?
Okay.
You gotta write it down. You gotta fix it in a tangible medium, whether that's your book or whatever. So if it's just an idea, you can't copyright it.
Okay.
Along those same lines, facts, lists, things like that. You can only get copyright protection if it's been fixed in that tangible medium.
Okay, so number 4. What is your number 4 thing for copyright law?
So we kind of talked that copyright attaches immediately upon creation. What does work and what everybody should do is register their copyright.
Okay.
So there are 2 sort of offices. There's the federal office, the Federal Copyright Office, which everybody kind of knows about. And each state has their own copyright office. What you're really doing with registration is that's what fixes that date. That then allows you, if somebody does infringe on your rights, if somebody's copying it or reproducing it without your permission, infringing on your rights, kind of as we talked about, you can then sue them for infringement. A lot of states won't even recognize your copyright without registration because there's no way to prove the date. So it's important to register it. I think it's $35 per work.
That's right.
Super cost-effective way to get that registration, and most people don't even bother with the state because if you register at the state level, it's only protectable in that state. Obviously, if you're dealing in artwork and music and digital files and all that stuff, being protected in Missouri doesn't help all that much, right? You want to be right. You want to be protected throughout the entire U.S. And that's kind of another important distinction is copyright and it is a country by country and a U.S. state by state thing. So you can register at the federal level, you're protected in the U.S. Going international is different. You have to register in each different country.
We at FarFetched suggest registering with the Library of Congress, as Mike mentioned. There's a free guide on our website for that shows you how to get through that registration in 17 steps. It should take you about 30 minutes or less, and like Mike mentioned, it is only $35, and you can register as many digital files as you can upload for that $35. You'll get a letter in the mail maybe a few months later that has your claim number, and that is then your right to be able to say somebody has infringed on your music or your art. Okay, so let's get into the last one. What is number 5?
Actually, the last one we already covered it. It's the envelope with the date and your name on it does not constitute proof of date necessarily. It's not enforceable anywhere.
That was the top 5 things to know about copyright law, and in the next piece we're going to talk about corporate forms.